Okay, so today what we are going to do, what I'm going to do, and what I can invite you to do as well, is to practice benevolence, or how to say, I could say presence. And I want to refer to my previous video, because in that previous video there was a lot of despair, and whatever energy was in that video was perfectly fine, but it brought me also as well to want to create a different energy in that one. So, and I also rediscovered something that I didn't want to practice for years because it didn't inspire me at all, and and yep, I thought it wasn't really for me, and I kinda felt or thought that it wasn't meant for me or designed for me, you know. And this is a practice of, I am going to say it, positive thinking and benevolence. And it doesn't mean you have to reject anything you are feeling right now. It's not about rejecting, or it's only, can I say, a proposal. Yes. Suggestion, can I say? So you are free to just listen to me, or even, I don't know, be present or whatever. Do what you want. I'm only sharing what I want to embody, I think, right now. And yep, I just read this Instagram post that invited to ask yourself 3 questions before you go to bed. And I believe they can be summarized in 2, but those 3 questions are it's gonna ask me firstly an effort to remember them. Is there anything that I did today that I know I couldn't do before? Is there anything today that I did that I know I couldn't do before? Second question is there any tension in my body that I can consciously soften, easily soften without any effort? Is there anything in my body that I can consciously soften? And question number 3 is there anything as tiny as possible that I'm proud of today? So I said that those question number 3, I'm gonna say it again. I know it's important sometimes to say it again. So question number 3 is there anything today that I did and I was proud of, as tiny as could be? I really believe that those questions have to kind of sink in, or at least, you have to, it has to bring you some inspiration to ask yourself those questions. If they don't, you can reject them or discard them. Don't do anything that you're not inspired to. But I could say as well that anyhow we are pushed to I have so many ideas. Sorry. We are pushed anyhow or anyway to do things that we sometimes don't want to do, and sometimes we just manage to do the things we want to do. There is this guy that I actually like a lot. His name is Laurent Lévy. In English it could be Laurent Lévy, Levi as a name. And this guy proposed or suggested that whether instead of asking yourself if you should do this or that, or be this or be that, or choose this or choose that, maybe you could see those things as possibility of maybe you can do this and that, maybe you can be this and that, maybe you can choose this and that. Why are we constantly thinking that we have to select something and abandon another? And it's very interesting because it is something that I've been asking myself is, should I be the formless consciousness and absolute formlessness and stay there forever, because it seems like it is the only truth that ever occurred, happened, and ever will be. Or should I be this human being and this Atman, as they say in Hinduism, this Atman, localized consciousness in this body? Should I be this subjective consciousness or absolute consciousness? And I don't really know why I should choose, moreover with some kind of a human choice that cannot be or isn't relevant from the consciousness perspective, which is not human related, I could say, even though there is no separation once again. But yeah, I wanted to suggest that our relay to relay this idea that yes, you can be anything you want, specifically in that possibility of you can be this and that. Or you can ask yourself, why shouldn't I be, or couldn't I do this and that in my life? Why not, And whenever I ask myself this question, I just realize that it's just a matter of time, you can actually, and actually maybe it's just you realize the possibility of simultaneously being pure awareness, and a human being doing this and that in this body, in this time, in this life, you know. So it kind of, to me, makes absolute sense that you are simultaneously here and not here, or absolutely here, because absolute consciousness to me is not something that is extracted, as though as it's as well not in this world, you know, not in the form, in the world of forms. And yeah, to get back to the questions that you can ask yourself, it's not mandatory at all, you know, you don't have to if you are not. I think that's very important to me. It always has been the case in my life to reassure or reinforce the fact that don't do anything you don't want to do, you know. Try to do the things that you want to do. And when I said that, you have the right to not knowing what you want to do in your life, but sometimes it can be even easier to not do what you don't want to do. With, at least for me, I have this feeling that I didn't always knew what I wanted to do, but I had this easier access to, I'm just sure that I don't want to do that, because as I often say, neti is something that is very inspiring to me. So I just remind that let me do something. I remember that I just had to check this. And maybe it could be an interesting topic about how do we say, shutting down, or how your mind can have your mind can have, you know, strategies to how do we say, even in French, to sabotage yourself. How it can be very, very easy for you, even though you're not quite conscious of it, but there can be very subtle strategy to just prevent you to be who you want to be, or I don't know. Yeah, I was speaking about those 3 questions, and it's interesting because I don't know, maybe I'll get back to it later, but what I think is more accurate, or more right now, is always this. Yeah, maybe the sabotage thing is more something I want to address right now. It's really related to the previous video where I didn't feel very well, and I had a lot of thinking, and it's gonna get us to this 3-question thing, and sabotage is all related, I think. I am starting to feel those energies of that are very subtle, that give me these textures of, are you very certain of what you say? Those nagging, or do we say nagging? I don't know. Or knowing? No, knowing. Not nagging. But knowing more. Those just energies that are here, latent, you know, dormant, quite unconscious, though they, you know, it's never absolutely unconscious, it's always coming back to surface. But yeah, I'm kind of realizing how these energies used to shut me down, in a way of someone will come down at me and tell me that what I say is not true. It's really about the truth subject, and how I can remember that in my childhood, one of the topics that came on a regular basis is when I brought a feeling or a subjective an opinion, you know. I have this memory of my father that told me, yes, but it's only what you feel, you know, and just leaving me with this. So it's kind of, it was kind of, I don't know, dishonest to do that or to say that, because yes, it's subjective, you know, it's your own feelings, your own point of view of a life, and how good does it make to say to another human being, especially your child, that it's only what he feels. The only things that it says is that maybe this child should be, comment on dit, méfiant. The child should be suspicioning. Suspect. This child should only suspect and be, you know, should monitor or control or watch himself being and feeling all the time, because there was absolutely no space for me to express just what it was here. And in this family, it's not, I think it was the case, there was a huge guilt feeling, because there was no reflection about the fact that maybe stuff just happened the way it happens without any reason. And what it did is that everybody in the family was like, we don't talk about what we feel, or we don't talk about those things, emotion, feelings, etc. And in the same time, everything that you do or say or feel or be is monitored or is put on your shoulder. Like, you say something, it I never had this feeling that it could just exist or be in the air and just left like that. Right now, I think that the anger put aside, or as I experienced my own anger, I'm starting to see things in a different way, meaning that I'm kind of proud, and very proud of the work I'm doing for myself, and what I'm certain it inspires in this family, because I believe this is the first time that someone live like I try to do, and to incarnate and to embody what I try to do, which is simply to let it be, you know. And just it has been, you know, something like I started my first therapy in 2018, 2019, and I really started my spiritual path, or my spiritual journey 3 years ago, I believe. We're in 2026. No, I think that was actually it was in April of 2022, so almost 4 years. And what I want to say about that is that I want to say in parentheses that I actually, you know, I started the video saying that I want to share something different in this video, but you know, there is still no program or no thing to follow or do at all. I'm just sharing what I want to share, and that's it. There is no me saying that you should do this or to do that. Never, you know. I think that there is only what appears, and our own experience, and us sharing. And this is linked to what I wanted to say about the spiritual journey. So 4 years of encountering and seeing people just expressing, like just for the sake of it and freely. And you know, it took me, even though it's not true, because it did not took me 4 years. The mind is going to say, oh my god, 4 years is very long, but it's not like that, because each and every day where I actually realized or allowed myself to express something, to be myself, to go out of my cave, you know, try to open myself, because I was so wounded that for years I just acquired the knowledge, the certainty that there was no point in being myself or trying to open myself, because I have been wounded so over and over again, you know. So that's why it took me it took me all those years to just be a witness, and to see that there was a possibility of being myself, and to open and feel more and more what I needed to feel. And you know, to just trust another person or someone else, and this is very beautiful, because I have this feeling, and I can see that this is thanks to the internet, because I just have this feeling that I arrived in the right moment of human history, you know. I chose to come now. And why? Because this computer, and that allowed me to record something and to share it and to speak to someone who is on another continent. And this is really kind of magic and outstanding and amazing. And it just allowed me or showed me that I could encounter or meet people that were on the same page as I do or did, and to see that yes, it can be possible to be yourself and to create a structure, a safety that allow you to become the person that you really already are and were as especially a child, because we all carry this inner child that has needs, and especially when this child was wounded, I think we carry it until the death, until the old age, and it's not immature to think that we have. I think that's the very opposite of that. That we have an inner child inside that have specific needs, and we have to be. In my opinion, you do whatever you want, but in my opinion, in my experience, I think I really want to be very caring and this grown up that actually can take care of a child, and it's kind of nice to see that the more you can take care of yourself and this inner child, the more you are close, the closer you are from being a good parent, I believe. And right now what my body just said is that I need a break, I need to breathe, and I've just felt this instant oxidation or lack of oxygen, asphyxia, suffocation. So yeah, every day is an opportunity for me to just go deeper and deeper, and just I become more and more sensitive to those needs inside. I'm just not discarding them anymore as if there were nothing and there were something that you had to go over all the time, as I think our society teaches us. And I think that this is one of the most beautiful thing, my treasure that I can share in this world is my own silence and my own ability to be this sensitive and to know when to stop and to know when to just not only embrace but to appreciate, just appreciate being here, not trying to force when I want to keep going, keep saying stuff because I have all this stuff I want to share. But at the same time, I know that I don't specifically have to be silent to rest, because it's only fears that happen and that can pass, inside, like the body's nervous system is just freezing, like there is a danger, I have to run away, and yeah. I think in this moment, after half an hour of speaking, I think that's perfectly normal that I just have to put my own boundaries first. And this is one of the things I like to share, is that respecting your own limitations is not something that is selfish, you know. And it's been like half an hour, and right now what I need is just taking time for myself to breathe. It doesn't mean necessarily that I have to stop the video, because I can be this and that. I don't have to be this or that, and it can just bring another energy to the video, and maybe to the one to you that is listening to me right now, to just have a break as well, because half an hour listening to me can be challenging, I know. So don't hesitate to have a break, to click pause and to do something else. I don't have anything to teach here, I'm just sharing stuff, and I know this is the most beautiful thing that we can exchange and share, is only to talk about ourselves, not from this perspective of transaction, of you know something, I know something, and we can trade something, because this is once again an economic point of view, and I think we are so deeply more than economic beings. We are like, yeah, I could develop that, but I'm just gonna have a break, a longer break to breathe, and it's gonna be fine. And we just stay together, and I think that is why I like to propose and to share meditation as well, because it's about practicing together, not about me being passive, you being active, or me being active and you being passive. Yep. Because what is important is to listen. And I don't want to sacrifice myself, even for videos that I like to make. And nobody wants to sacrifice themselves. Nobody needs to. And I think what I have to share, and the treasure that I have in myself, doesn't need to be explained, or doesn't need to be developed in hours of videos. Just simple words and phrases can be impactful, real, true. Actually, I think that right now I'm choosing to embody my real energy, I think, for whatever it can mean. From the silence. And I can feel that for half an hour the energy rose up into my head, and right now is going down again. My nervous system is regulating, and I'm allowing myself to be calmer and to recognize that I don't have to be my ego, my own thoughts and head, and I don't have to be stressed out or stressed to exist and to make my point. And I really believe that this is what my work is about and what I have to do. I can feel it in my belly, in the deepest of myself. That I want to embody that and to be the one I always has been. And as I said in the previous video, that I don't have to hide anymore, that it's okay now. We don't have to hide anymore. I'm at a stage in my life where I know that that's kind of the only thing that I want to, the only vibration or frequency I want to share at, even though it's not true at the same time, because I can be excited too. But I don't think what I want to share right now here is about selecting a frequency. It's only that it seems that this energy right now that I'm sharing at a lower level of intensity seems more appropriate to talk about this that I know you can feel. I could say it's behind me, but it's not in the picture. It's more in between the words. And this is what I'm proud of, to share that. I believe this is the only thing or one of the things that people need from me, especially on my channel. It's so very simple. I just realized how much I tried to explain it, but there is no point. I mean, some people understand, some don't. It's okay. I'm thinking right now, why did I wait so long to share that? Maybe I was just ashamed of myself. To just don't care about stuff. To be relaxed, to not giving, how could I say it? Actually, to not giving a fuck about it. Not going to beat around the bush, how would you say? Or beat around the bush. Let's say things as they are. You don't have to be polite at all time. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you just are. And there is nothing wrong or right. What I wanted to say as well is that, or share, is that I'm actually doing videos for myself because it makes me feel good to create that. Sometimes when I'm by myself and very in my head, it's just so good to practice this nothingness and stop, justify everything. So good. This is the thing that you can be with me. Safety. Relaxation. I'm just going to say words. Actually. Why preventing ourselves to give the most simplest and the most beautiful gift of all? I could actually stay here for hours. And it's not even about time. We all know that we can be that for a lifetime because we are that. That which can't be explained. And call me crazy. I'm almost like in French we say jubilé. I'm just rejoicing inside. It's just so jubilant. I'm in jubilation or in celebration inside because I think that this energy I can bring in my. I just have this realization that I prevented, I tried specifically not to be myself in this level of relaxation because I think that somehow in some moments of my childhood I just thought recorded inside that I wasn't expected. I wasn't. There was expectations over me that I recorded that meant don't be that relaxed. You cannot be this relaxed and you have to be or you have to do stuff. You cannot be this what is nothingness, but nothingness which is as well God or everything or and I had I hid this for years because I felt threatened, and now it's ready to just be. And it's no it's not by any coincidence or chance or luck that this is one of the first video, maybe the first, that I'm smiling and allowing this treasure that I've been hiding because I thought it wasn't worth it or wasn't enough. It wasn't good. How strange it is to think that happiness can be a flaw. It's just surreal, you know. And I'm very happy to share it with you and to let it bloom with you right now. Whoever might you be watching this right now, you can be blessed for that. This is really why in the previous video I thought that I didn't want, it was very tiring for me or exhausting to keep going speaking about the character or my past or whatever, is because I feel more comfortable not staying too much in the story layer, you know, even though it's okay too. It's just more, I feel like a cat, you know, resting in the sun right now. And I really feel that my nervous system is balancing and harmonizing, that I can speak of anything while being still comfortable and relaxed. And I have this inner feeling that this is the kind of video that's going to attract more views, because I really believe that this is the energy that the world needs, the kind of love and comprehension and just pure acceptance, not mental acceptation or acceptance, but just I understand, you know, I do understand what you feel right now, what you are going through. I know, and I'm here. Even though I'm not in your life, I don't know you, but I know still. And this is what we desperately need when we feel that we haven't been loved and accepted and heard, and whenever we don't have this feeling that, or we have this feeling that we would desperately need a hug or someone just putting their arms around us to say it's okay. And I think that this energy can bring that, can give that. This video can be some sort of space of total okayness and pure through me can be the mirror of this pure acceptance that sometimes we feel when we are in nature. That everything is okay and none of your problems will ever be a problem on a universal perspective. When you'll be dead, everything will be erased, you know. All of your worries, all of what you've been wondering and worrying about, all of this will be, it will be, how to say, washed away, you know, like the ocean on the beach. It will be, you can be reassured with that, in that everything that is making you happy matter if you want, and everything that don't make you happy don't matter if you don't want to. It's up to you. And at the same time it's not up to you. And you are not alone. And everything will be alright, even though sometimes or right now it's not for you. If you don't believe that it can be okay, you can believe me. And you're free not to believe me as well. There is nothing to prove here, nothing to no one to convert or and you can relax if you want. Just let life do the things for you. You don't have to do anything, even relaxing. Relaxing happens when you're not trying to relax. You just, there is multiple way to say it, but you just know you can, or you can as well scan your body or do nothing. I believe the things that are the most important when being shared and used with words are the things that are not triggering the head. And I think this is actually what I want to do for a living. To give that to the world, because it's the most precious thing I can give. Caring and not caring at the same time, which is one of the things we can say about the absolute truth, or consciousness, or God, is that it is one thing and its opposite, and both things simultaneously, and none of them at the same time. And I don't know how I can say that or where it comes from, but it just happens. And why not, you know? Going to stop the video here. Thank you for watching or listening, and know that I'm going to make more videos like that. Maybe I'm going to, or I'm quite sure that I'm going to focus my attention on that. And thank you for being here. Leave a comment if you want. Like if you want. You don't have to. But I would be delighted to hear about you and what you have to share here. I want this video to be a space that where we can say stuff in a free manner for no purpose, you know. Especially if you have this feeling that you don't know few spaces like that for you. It can be really for you right now, right here, designed for you, a gift to you. And thank you for that, because you are the energy that allow me to be here as well. And I love you. I want to say it, and it's even more that meant. It's even more than it's not in my head. I just know it. I love you, and you are being loved, and everything will be all right, and it's gonna be okay. It's not forever. Suffering is not forever. And if you don't have faith, if you feel like you are in despair and you don't have courage anymore, know that it'll come by again, and that we are many, and you don't have to bear everything or to carry everything all the time. Let us be your help, and let us do the work for you, you know. You can get help, you can be received, you can be heard in a safe space, and you know already that you are received and loved. There's just that you need some confirmation, and the video that I want to make are about that. Feel free to listen as many times as you wish these videos until you have this feeling that it's inside of you, and that the more you practice it, the more you feel that you're entitled and allowed to embody that and to share that and to transmit this energy to other people that, once again, I believe desperately need it. Without any intention, you just carry it with you, and the most beautiful thing is you don't have to say anything. It's about silence, it's about presence. I would like to be here for you forever, and it's not because this video is timed and limited in time that this presence is not with you. So I'm just going to stop it now, and I just say to you, see you soon, and it's gonna be okay.